said prior to Sunday's game against Tri-City, they really failed to do that against Edmonton. They'll look to rectify that tonight. Opening face-off brought to you by O'Reilly Advisory Group of Scotia Wealth. Talk to them today about your financial game plan. Brizgalov with a one-timer in the left circle, blocked as the rebound.
Black Dubonnet, Manitoba.
You said that far better than I would have attempted to. That's why I just said Manitoba in the pregame show. Oil Kings win, clear the puck to center ice. The Tigers back with it at their own blue. Bison chipped up the near boards, touched ahead Brizgalov, intended for Volatovsky with a puck taken off his stick by Ta'amu, who clears back through center. Brizgalov with a head fake at center, skies a puck down inside the Edmonton zone as the Tigers begin to change. On come the Ruck twins and Davidson on that line in place of Dayton Reshny, who'd probably been on that line for the better part of a month. The Oil Kings clear. It's a partial break for a game.
Nothing Oil Kings.
Now, opportunistic, this Edmonton Oil Kings club. They scored in the opening 5 minutes of each of the 3 periods on Saturday against the Tigers, and they strike within the opening 2 minutes here against the Tigers on Friday night.
And a bit disappointing there for Jordan Switzer after he made a great stop on Miroslav Holinka. A nice defensive play from Jonas Wu to break up that play.
Tigers with a one-timer deflects off skates, and Simcoe a nice save on the redirection. Cunningham steals in the right circle, shouldered off a puck, heavy shoulder thrown by Ta'amu. Van Mulligan threw a couple nice checks prior in that shift on Ta'amu, who just returned the favor to Cunningham. At the right point, it's Josh Van Mulligan. He'll give off to Brizgalov. High slot wrister is saved by Simcoe as in front. Cunningham got cross-checked down by Ta'amu. Potential interference there. Goes uncalled. Oil Kings away to center. It's Ta'amu at the Tiger line, letting a slap shot go.
Yeah.
We're only like 5 years apart.
I know, but I feel like I'm ancient. It's so...
Yeah, I got a perm going, so that is a little out of touch. Hey, Switzer is a perm too. Nonetheless, Tigers turn one over in their own zone after the draw was won by the Tigers, but all the way back to their own zone. Stegrom gathers speed through center. He'll slip in the left side of the Oil Kings zone. Snap a wrist off out there with Cunningham and Cameron Parr. Reshny wins the draw back to Wu at the left point. He'll stop atop the left circle. Now fired at traffic. That's blocked in front by Fiddler. Pickford skates onto the rebound, muscles it around for Parr, centered in tight for Reshny. He couldn't quite handle that pass, just in a little too tight. He steals it back behind the Oil King goal. Reshny sweeps a pass to the right point for Pickford. Pickford shot, jammed, he'll get it back, walk to the right circle, fake a shot, walk below the goal line. Puck poked off his stick by O'Neill, who has the game's lone goal. Playing 2 ways tonight, a sharp defensive play. Oil Kings look to clear, held by Pickford, worked off to Wu, centered in front. Reshny deflects it wide on the backhand. Nice set play there from the Tigers, couldn't quite finish. Cunningham back with it in the corner, gives to the point for Wu. Wu shovels it backhander towards goal, chipped on net. Both barreled into one another, and really neither came out the better from that battle as the Oil Kings get it back to center. Fiddler nearly saw it stolen away by Gavin Core, who will chase Fiddler back inside the Edmonton zone. Noah Ta'amu picks the puck up behind the cage, gives it back to Fiddler as those two give and go behind the cage as the Edmonton breakout begins. With speed through center, it's Brady Craik in the right side of the Tiger end as the puck's poked up and out of play. Nothing. Andrew O'Neill with his 9th of the season. Coming a little under 90 seconds in, have the Oil Kings in front 1-0. Tigers win a defensive zone draw. Try a stretch feed to center. Gavin Core turning on the Jets, able to beat out an icing. McCann steals it below the goal line. Centered in front for Stangram, rolls to the point. Hager fires to a vacant wall for McCann. He'll pick it up in the corner. Walk to the point, give left side for Hager. Over skates the puck, fans on a wrist shot, as that'll be taken back free by the Oil Kings, sent to center and rifled back in by Hager.
The Oil Kings might have been hot if the Tigers ended up scoring on that play. I was surprised to see that the icing was waved off.
Back through center come the Oil Kings change with under 9 left in the first.
Van Mulligan looked to the sky after that point shot was blocked on the way through.
Tigers right back into the offensive zone. Davidson inside the left point tried to feed a pass to Caden McCann in the high slot. That was broken up by the Oil Kings. Gavin Core on the forecheck, able to steal one away in the left corner, working on Miroslav Holinka. He has been great for the Oil Kings this season as a 20-year-old Euro. Chips a pass ahead for center. Joe Aginla blazes in the left side of the Tigers zone. Poked off his stick, recovered by Sauchin on the half-boards. He'll skate below the Tiger goal line, work it back to the left point. Holinka to Aginla. Centering feed stolen away by Stangram. He'll give ahead for Jonas Wu. Tigers back in the offensive zone. Wu flip pass in front for Stangram, broken up, finds McCannell on the left boards. He'll skate into the corner where he's pinned up with the puck between his feet. It comes free behind the cage to Cunningham. He'll walk into the right corner. Tigers set up in the offensive zone. He finds Pickford, high slot. He'll let a wrister go. It's blocked. Goes back to Cunningham in the right corner. Tigers beginning to change. with some great pressure all throughout this first period. They trail 1-0, 7:45 left in the first. McCann eating a lot of checks along that far wall with the puck between his feet. Finally, the Oil Kings able to dig it free as they'll chip it high off the glass all the way down the ice for Simcoe. Reshny, Parr, Cunningham the line out for the Tigers. Oil Kings win, look to clear. Cunningham cuts it off on the right boards. A centering feed stolen back by Halinka, who's able to flip the puck back out to center. Tigers zone gets two great chances in on Switzer, who makes a pair of fine stops. One on a one-handed attempt from O'Neill. The second, probably the better of the two. A rebound chance on the doorstep, and Switzer stood tall on both occasions. Now the Tigers steal at center. Ethan Newtons enters the right wing. He'll let a low shot go, paddled aside by Simcoe. Puck pops out the other side, but overskated by Parr. Parr gets it in the left corner, gives to the point for Hager. He shoots, hits his own man in front. Volotovsky recovers the rebound, gives high. Van Mulligan rips one, and another pad save from Simcoe. Oil Kings able to clear the zone, as just unable to hold that in off the bench was Brizgalov. Tigers back with it at their own blue. Van Mulligan to his left for Newtons, ahead for Brizgalov. Dropped in front for Volotovsky, but deflected off skates, and Edmonton exits the zone with pace. And for one on the penalty kill tonight as Marcus steals in the offensive zone. Tried to one-handed pass ahead for Brizgalov, broken up by the Oil Kings who counterattack. Ta'amu in the left side gives off to Curran. His centering feed broken up and swept through center by the Tigers. The Oil Kings have scored in the opening 5 minutes of their last 4 periods of play against the Tigers. Tigers need to be sharp to begin the frame. They get it in the offensive zone. Marcus Rucka drop feed for Pickford, stolen away. Partial break, landed Hansen with speed down the left wing. Cutting to the slot, he's forced out wide. A great stick from Pickford broke up that breakaway chance.
Yeah, hustling back, the captain Bryce Pickford read the play well as Hansen tried to chisel the puck under the stick of Pickford, and it was swiped away.
Pickford will exit his own zone, give to his right for Noah Davidson. He'll touch the puck in behind the goal of Simcoe, who stopped all 14 shots he faced in the opening frame, as Edmonton will clear back to the neutral zone. Bison and under duress to Joe Aginla, who will chip and begin to change for the Oil Kings. Halinka, the lone forechecker in, can't come away with the puck as it's the Tigers back to center. Wu off to his right, slips inside the Oil Kings zone and fires a wrister wide of the Edmonton cage, and that'll wrap around the boards all the way back inside the Tigers zone. Pickford tried to get a reverse hit in on Presley Turner, who slipped away from that. Looked to work it around the wall where a centering feed. It pinballs off everybody all the way back out to center.
Liam Ruck having to kick the puck up to his skates, or up to his stick rather, then takes a shot from Brady Craig, spins off of Tucker Tulikoff. Everyone's getting in on the physicality.
Yeah, it's been a very, I don't want to say chippy because it hasn't been undisciplined, but it's been a very physical game tonight.
Absolutely.
Tigers will get dinged for icing, 4:54 in. Jonas Wu able to steal a puck free back in his own zone. On the back check, Sakumis able to force it back into Edmonton's possession. Lucas Sauchin, a centering feed intended for Joe Aginla, intercepted by Newtons, who turns it right back over. Lucas Sauchin along the left wall, under pressure from Pickford, somehow able to maintain control. He'll chip it back down in the corner for Aginla. The puck pops free in front of the Tiger goal, where Wu takes control, gives around to the left side for Brizgalov, who chips to center. Ethan Newtons able to take that away at the Oil King blue line, but a rolling puck slipped out of his reach, and the Tigers back in the offensive zone. Brizgalov down the left side, shoots, and a pad save made by Simcoe as Brizgalov getting bullied in front of that crease. He had 4 Oil Kings around him, who each decided they'd take a turn checking him down to the ice after letting that shot go. Oil Kings try a stretch feed. That's going to go the length for coming in the Edmonton zone to the right of Simcoe off the icing. Tigers win the faceoff. Wu at the point, fires just wide of the goal of Simcoe. Marcus Ruck back with it behind the Edmonton cage, centered in front for Pickford. That goes through his feet, recovered by Marcus on the left wing wall. Work down to Davidson, stops on a dime, heads behind the Oil King goal. Feeds Wu in front, and a great save in tight from Simcoe.
But Pickford will take it. It's his 8th of the season, and we're all square at 1.
League-leading 8th goal by a defenseman for Bryce Pickford, as the Tigers square at 1 with the Oil Kings here in the hat, nearly halfway through the second period. Tigers turn one over their own zone. Max Curran in the left wing corner picks it up along the wall.
His 8th of the season, scored by number 27, Bryce Pickford. This is number 5, Caden McCann. And number 4, Gavin Core. The time.
Ingram stolen away by Joe Aginla. Oil Kings in the left side of the Tiger zone. It's Lucas Sauchin in the corner. He'll feed one high slot. Fiddler shoots. It pinballs its way shot sees a puck pinball past Switzer, and the Oil Kings reach.
Yeah, just great move. I thought it was Sauchin on this near side on the entry. The head fake, able to pull two Tigers off.
Oil Kings win the ensuing draw. Max Curran controls in his own zone for Edmonton. We'll see how the Tigers respond. They have been the team with more possession and pace in this hockey game, but now find themselves back down a goal. We will see how this team responds. Yeko works it into the right corner for Anderson. To the right point, it goes for Fiddler. He'll fire, deflection, save made, rebound, put wide by Curran. You're not getting a better chance than that tonight. Wide open cage. Puck rolled off the heel of the stick of the former Tri-City American. It was nearly a 2-goal Edmonton lead.
Well, great stop on the original shot, a redirect that Switzer was able to get a pad to, and then scrambled back, tried to take as much of an angle away.
Back in come the Oil Kings. Fiddler down the right side, snaps a shot into the glove of Swift on 4 transition. What might aid the Tigers, and you don't want it to, have to be the case, but they've been on the kill 5-on-3 a lot this season, so they've had their fair share of practice to it. That cheer you hear is from the crowd because we are back to even strength. The Tigers 3 for 3 on the kill tonight, including a extended 5-on-3 kill for a minute 23 seconds. Tigers remain down just a goal. It's 2-1. The Oil Kings lead the Tigers here inside Co-op Place. Oil Kings steal back in the offensive zone. Hansen wraps behind the Tiger cage, sends to the point for Fiddler, who has the go-ahead goal. He'll walk to the right boards, stop with Parr in pursuit, can't knock it free from the reach of Fiddler. Given to the corner, O'Neill, back to Fiddler, swung to his left for Ta'amu. He'll fire, and a pad save made by Switzer. Rebound pops free to Parr, who heads the other way for the Tigers. Giving up the left wing for Cunningham, slowed up entering the zone. It's picked up by Ta'amu, who leaves it in the right corner of his own zone for the Oil Kings. Fiddler pokes it up the boards as Hansen run hard off the puck by Parr. As the puck will trickle its way back to center, O'Neill recovers for the Oil Kings. He'll give to his left for Ta'amu. Ta'amu flips it back below the Tiger goal line. It's Wu crunched up. I'm curious to see how Van Mulligan works into these power play groups in his second game back on the season. Tigers win the draw to Pickford, already with a goal tonight. He'll give to his left. Marcus in front. Wu tips it above the cage of Simcoe. 30 seconds left in the frame. Tigers on the power play. Pickford shoots, hits a body in front, comes to Marcus in the left circle. Back to the top of the umbrella for Pickford, walks to his left, fires just wide of the net of Simcoe. 20 seconds left in the frame. Marcus with it at the right point, walks, gives Pickford one-timer, blocked by Ta'amu, comes back to Pickford, worked up high for Marcus, 10 seconds left, head fake, he'll shoot into the glove of Simcoe. Wu with it for the Tigers, gives ahead for Gavin Core. Core with space, walks in the right side of the Edmonton zone, drops at the right point for McCann, under pressure from Malinka, knocked down. It's Hansen with a partial break into the Tiger zone. Hansen down the left wing, forced out wide by Wu. Great offensively and defensively. Hansen gets it back, walks, fires off the side of the goal. After recovering it below the goal line, he had room on the left side, but no daylight along that far post of Jordan Switzer. Marcus Ruck trying to spin move to the slot. That would have been a nifty play. It unfortunately goes for naught, and the Oil Kings take possession back in their own zone.
Second attempted spinorama of the game by the Tigers. We saw
to center ice. In come the Oil Kings down the right wall. It's Craik, shouldered off the puck by Bolatoski. Tigers get it back. Bison in ahead to Bryzgalov. Tried to feed one through bodies to Carter Cunningham at center. That intercepted by the Oil Kings. Work to the Tiger line. It's Craik cross-checking the numbers on Bryzgalov as the puck rolls into the Edmonton zone. That looked very, very similar to the cross-check Dayton Reshny got called on back in the second period to send the Tigers shorthanded 5-on-3. Fans certainly feel that was the case. It'll remain 5-on-5. Tigers work one into the Oil Kings zone. Parr steals behind the goal after Simcoe wanted to cover, then chose not to. Parr trying to work a pass to the right point for Pickford. Cannot connect. Is that on the far shoulder of Jordan Switzer? Extends the Oil King lead back out to 1. Tigers have not led tonight and will have to come back from again down a goal here in the third period. 0-5-1 this year. The Tigers when trailing entering the third period. Tigers immediately into the offensive zone after a D-zone draw win. Newton's in the right corner, works it to the point. Wu holds a clearing attempt onside, works it back down below the Edmonton goal line. Ta'amu with it for Edmonton, leaves for Fiddler, lost in his feet, rolls over to Max Curran in the left corner. He'll feed it up the boards to Adam Yeko. 8 minutes gone on the
wall, down below the goal line or on top of the paint.
Ruck's out there with Davidson for the offensive zone face-off for the Tigers, but it's won back by the Oil Kings as they'll send it to center. Puck trickles to that Tiger line, found by Marcus Ruck, given back to Bryce Pickford. Stretch feed Davidson, he'll touch that inside the Oil King line. Fiddler able to stand up Davidson in pursuit of that puck as the Oil Kings clear through center. A stretch feed finds Landon Hansen at the Tiger.
Way to Brizgalov in that redirect in the high slot by Noah Davidson, nearly finding the back of the net.
Minute gone in the Tiger power play. Hager sees his pocket picked at center by Lucas Sauchin, and Hager on a long extended shift there will head to the bench after the Oil Kings send it back behind the Tiger goal of Switzer.
Yeah, Hager wanting a hold there, and reasonably so, as the free hand got loose.
Holinka nearly stole one for a breakaway, but Wu was the last man back and took it free again for the Tigers as they'll dump it inside the Edmonton zone. Simcoe leaves it out of his net for Sakumis, who rips it down the ice. 30 seconds left in zone.
Yeah, just no more gas in the legs for Kor, Volotovsky, and Brizgalov as they'll go for a change.
Tigers send one all the way down into the Edmonton zone. Fresh legs out on both sides. Fiddler recovers in his own zone for Edmonton. Tigers tried to steal it away. It deflected off skates. O'Neill with a burst of speed down the right wing. Centers in front for Marsh. That's poked away by Switzer as Marsh would have been alone in tight on the Tiger cage. 4:50 left in the third. Oil Kings lead the Tigers 3-2. Tigers have had some great chances in the third. They did tie it at 2, but it's a Landon Hansen go-ahead goal that has Edmonton in front by 1. Tigers have not led tonight. Oil Kings with it at the right point. Fiddler fires. It deflects off skates into the left corner of the Tigers zone. Corralled by Liam Rock. He'll give for Väisänen. Worked up ice for Davidson. Touch to his right. Liam Rock works it inside the Edmonton zone. He'll give a chase on to Amu. Take it away in the left corner. Look to center a pass. It goes off skates back between his legs as Liam Rock pinned along the end boards. Able to slip free from Fiddler. Work it to his right. Pickford there to hold it onside. Touches it back below the Oil Kings line as Pickford will head to the bench, as will the rest of the Tiger forwards. Oil Kings with it in their own zone. Will head to center. Yeko slips up the right side. To center comes Jonas Wu, banked ahead for Ethan Newtons. Newton down the left side of the Oil Kings zone. Walks into the left corner, plays it to the point for Vetti Väisänen. Väisänen looks to his right now, shoots into the midsection of Simcoe, who holds it for a whistle.
And that wasn't an accident, by the way.
Yeah, you did say 6-7. Fourth of the season for Caden McCann. We are tied at 3. 40 seconds left in regulation as a puck rolls inside the Tiger end. Will stay here despite the goal call. 30 seconds left in regulation. The Tigers to center. Brizgalov ahead to Kor. He'll touch that inside the Edmonton line. It's cleared back to center. Yeko has it swept off his stick. Tigers find it at the Edmonton line. Kor shoved off the puck at the Edmonton blue line. Picked back up by Curran, who slides in the left side of the Tigers zone. Walks to the slot. Flip pass down for Anderson. Broken up by Volotovsky. 10 seconds left in regulation. Van Mulligan can't clear. Held at the point. A shot deflects above the goal of Switzer into the right corner. 2 seconds left. Curran to the point. They won't get a shot off. And both clubs